Hello world, welcome to the 235th Climate Change Emergency Protest 2023. It's May 25th, 2023 in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Next week is May some or other 31st probably, climate change protest, or June 1st. So it's Thursday afternoon. I just want to get this talk done, and it's very quick. Basically, it comes down to this: for climate change to address the need. The killing, the major wars have to stop by the G20 nations. All the major industrial power nations need to stop the killing. You cannot get a hold of climate change until you stop doing the things that are detrimental to climate change, and nations won't work together. That includes the Ukrainian war with Russia and NATO and the United States as a proxy war. You need a State Department that's actually involved, that actually engages in diplomacy, not war. God forbid they actually suggest peace, things like that. I was with family and friends recently, and I suggested that there are certain politicians out there that are advocating to stop the killing, and right away is, that's not good. No, we can't have that. It's like, why not? Why can't you stop the killing? What's the problem here? They started it. No, you both started it. It's time to stop it. Stop being children. And if I had my way, I'd grab everyone by the scruff of the neck and throw them in the water, and tell them to swim their way out and think about it, and then we'll have some talking done. But it's not going to happen. There's too much money in war. They're going to keep going, and we're not going to solve the climate change issue. And right now, we have gone past any sort of semblance of decent survival as to what's going to happen. I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. But right now, here's your State Department answer. You can get rid of the State Department for the United States. You can get rid of the Russian State Department. Here's your answer. Crimea goes to Russia. Donbass region goes independent and free. And then Ukraine is left alone. There's your answer right there. All done. Boom, boom, boom. Everyone's happy or everyone's unhappy. Must be the right decision. Boris Johnson needs to stop going around the world and drumming up war drums for war and everything like that. The guy's going to Texas and talking to Republicans here and trying to keep the weapons going and everything like that. And the Republicans are actually advocating in this country a peace initiative and they want to stop spending money on war, and they're versus Democrats that are actually want to keep going with war. You don't hear Joe Biden ever saying about peace or ending this thing. So you can't get ahead of this. You can't confront climate change without stopping war situations. And also, you need to stop the subsidies to the fossil fuel industry. Right now around the world, nations are contributing $11 million a minute to the fossil fuel industry in subsidies. It's insane. They're contributing money to end all life on Earth. That needs to stop. The money needs to be invested in research and development and actual implementation of efforts to stop climate change, not things that are actually keep killing everyone. Right now, there are $5.9 trillion a year going up to $6 trillion a year in subsidies going to the fossil fuel industries. Trillion, not billion, not million, trillion. $5.9 trillion in subsidies. The military budget in the United States, this is where we are. We're in a military, money, make money, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed, whoever else. A military budget in the United States is $842 billion a year. They're spending $30 billion supposedly to fight climate change, whatever that means. Don't have any idea what that means. No clue. $842 billion. You might as well just call it a trillion. By the time you throw in the Veterans Administration and dark money and everything like that, you're way over $1 trillion a year. Friends and family have no idea what El Nino is. They have no idea that it's coming, and it's going to be the worst ever. I'm going to turn sideways because the wind started blowing, of course, all of a sudden. El Nino is going to be the worst amount of heat and effects with ever in the history of the United States and the history of the world. I did a TikTok chart. For every 1/10 of a degree increase, you can have a doubling of catastrophe as far as events happening around the world. So a doubling for every 1/10 of a degree. So we're going to, supposedly the estimate is going to go from 1.2 degrees Celsius increase with this super El Nino coming. We're going to rifle right past 1.5 degrees. So you can double the amount of catastrophes. If you're getting an idea here, it's going to be a disaster as to what's coming up over the next 5 years. The United Nations, the World Meteorological Organization, said that we're going to have the 5 hottest years on human history in history. Okay, we're going to blow past the 1.5 agreed to barrier that was agreed to by 190 countries in 2015 concerning climate change to keep increase in temperature below 1.5. We're at 1.2 right now. This group is saying we're going to go right past 1.5 at least once, if not permanently, and hit 1.6, 1.7. The amount of catastrophe that's coming for the world is unknown, unbelievable what's coming. And friends and family are not watching my videos, obviously, because I say such things and they have no idea what an El Nino is or the war situation or whatever. They're not doing their research, not listening to what I'm saying. And, you know, I don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. Not making stuff up. So until we get ahead of this climate change stuff, and until we start voting for politicians, you stop voting for bad politicians. I stopped voting for bad politicians a couple elections ago. Okay, you need to vote for only politicians that are geared towards climate change and no war, and actually kind of look at a gross happiness product rather than gross domestic product. You can't keep growing and growing and growing. That's called a cancer, and we're running out of room to grow. We have run out, and I think they need 5 Earths now to keep this sustainability going, and eventually be 10 Earths. And you can't do it. It's not going to happen. We're going to go extinct. And this is where we're headed, and it's coming this 5 years. This is going to be a hell of a time. I really suggest you start prepping now, whether for natural disasters, heat, cold, blizzards, flooding, drought, you name it. Go to your grocery store, start scoping stuff out, get canned goods that are ready, that are good for 2 or 3 or 4 years, and start doing your homework right now. Sounds like it's hysteria. You can call it whatever you want. Think about this talk a year or 2 from now, and then let me know how you thought about it. So I'll catch you next week, and that was short and sweet. And you know, do your homework and think twice about before you vote for either party in this country, or until they change their ways, which they're not going to. It's lip service. Until the head of the party starts saying they're not going to have any more war, they're going to tackle climate change, they're not serious. We're going to die. We're in a lifeboat that's sinking very quickly, and it's shark-infested waters, and you're not going to get out of it. So get to it, start doing your homework, and I'll catch you next week. Bye.